Good evening, Beer Fan TV. Welcome to another review. Tonight we've got a keg on the Phillips Perfect Draft. Tonight we have got Leffe Zomer, which is the limited edition, limited run, seasonal Leffe beer. Those that know. For those that don't, you've got Leffe Blonde, which is a blonde Abbey beer, and it comes in about 6.5%. And what Leffe have released in the summer is their summer version, so it's meant to be a bit lighter, something you can enjoy in the garden or wherever it might potentially be. You know, where you can have more than maybe one or two. Leffe Blonde is a sipper because it is 6.5%. It can leave you with regret the next day if you're not careful on it. But this one does come in at 5.2% rather than 6.5%. So it is a bit lighter, and it's probably, you can consume a little bit more if you chose to, and probably not have that regret the next day. So. But yeah, I bought the keg itself from Bier, and I paid £32.50 for the keg. At the time when I bought it with two other kegs, so 3 in total. I've done a video on a code that you can use when you're buying these beers. They're not cheap, these kegs, but you've got to try and do it as cheap as you possibly can. This beer though, obviously paid when I purchased it £32.50. Probably about, and you get keg returns as well with the Perfect Draft. So if you return 3 kegs, I've got 2 down the other side of the bar here. As soon as this one's finished, I'm returning those, and then you get 15 quid. But yeah, so this one when I bought it, that's why I have had some keg returns. I think it worked out to about 22 quid after discounts, and because you get 10.5 pints, we'll call it 10 pints because you get a bit ahead on these. You know, you're looking at £2.20 a pint. Now, to be honest with you, I don't know anywhere local to me that sells Leffe on tap. I'd imagine you might have to find somewhere, maybe London, something similar to that. But I think you'll probably pay more than £2.20 for a pint. I think you'd have to get yourself in a time machine to get those prices for this type of beer. So it's pretty good that comes out of the machine. So the beer itself, have a smell of it. It's very much like Leffe Blonde, if I'm completely honest. It's that Abbey style beer. You've got that banana-y, clovey kind of smell to it. Very nice. I personally think the Leffe Blonde is one of the best ones that you can get. I was predominantly a lager drinker when I got this machine, and I started trying some of the other beers because you work your way through the lagers and what's available at the time when you're putting your orders in. So you start trying new things, getting a little bit adventurous, and I actually realised I actually really quite like blonde Belgian beers, Abbey beers, that kind of stuff, IPAs. So more than the lagers now, which is strange, So, when I put an order in, I always try to do a lager, an IPA, and kind of an Abbey beer or something a little bit different, So I'm trying them all because I think that's what you've got to do. You've got to work your way through. I mean, I think there's something like 52 different beers. Bear in mind, some of these are seasonal, so they're not always going to be available. But there is going to be some new releases. They're doing the October stuff this month. Next month in October there's a new release, and it's been mentioned on a Facebook post by Bier, or someone that works at Bier, Conrad. He said there's going to be a new release in October, November and December. So let's see what those are. Hopefully it's not a re-release of one of those Christmas beers. Hopefully it is something brand new, which would be nice. Would be something nice to look forward to, I think. So back onto the one that we're reviewing, which is the Leffe Zomer. I think they actually called it the Zomer. Must be summer in what that translates, but it's so it's Leffe Zomer. Let's go and have a sip of it, see what we think. Very nice, very smooth, buttery, kind of banana-y kind of taste. Very nice, very smooth, buttery, banana-y, but just smooth, not overcarbonated. You can drink quite a few of these. I mean, I sometimes find if I'm drinking bottles or cans or something like that, you're chatting to a mate or whatever it is, and you're kind of burping a little bit, not the nicest. But with this stuff, especially this, you don't get that. You just don't get all that gas with it. It's not all that massive carbonation. That kind of banana-y taste is that Belgian yeast that they use, and it's quite particular to this type of beer, especially the Leffe type of beer. And for me, if you're a Leffe fan, I think you're really going to quite enjoy this. Like I kind of alluded to at the beginning of the video, really, it's the Leffe Blonde session style beer, and it's one you can literally just knock a load back and not have any regret. I genuinely think you could probably at 5.2% have a few of these, a few more than what you would do with a Leffe. I can tell you now with the La Trappe, I've been hammered on that, and with the Leffe Blonde, yeah, absolutely. So this one should be a bit easier going. So I think for me, it is a seasonal one, so I don't think it's something that's always going to be available. I had a quick look while doing the video and preparing it all and stuff, and it's currently out of stock, so I don't know if it'll be coming back or not. We'll have to wait and see. I can only assume with the fact that it's a summer beer and we're now coming into winter. I don't think it will be until next year. Listen, it's got 247 reviews on the Beerhawk webpage, and it's nearly 5-star. So I don't think everyone can be potentially wrong. So listen, if you get a chance, maybe put it on your order. It's only £32.50. It's one of the cheaper kegs. When you think some of the beers on there are nearly 40 quid, I think £32.50 isn't a bad shout. And if you are a fan of the Abbey beers, they're sort of Belgian Leffes, I think it's definitely a good shout. For me, I'd definitely put it on an order again. But listen, I'm going to love you and leave you. Thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching. Hopefully you've made it to the end. And if you liked the video, you got something out of it, give it a thumbs up. Other than that, we'll see you on the next one. See you later.